Well, for months now, we have known that Bombardier has needed an emergency cash infusion, and today that rescue money arrived in the form of a $1 billion check from the Quebec government. The money is to help Bombardier finish testing its troubled C-Series jets, and it comes just in the nick of time. The company reported another big loss today. Jeannie Lee is here with the details on that. Jeannie, it sounds like a bailout, some people calling it corporate welfare.
Right, and it's being sold, of course, not as that. It's being sold as a business deal, a little joint venture created by the province of Quebec and Bombardier, in which they separate out the troubled C-Series program from Bombardier's other businesses and made that into a single property, with Bombardier holding 51% and the province owning 49%, and investing $1 billion for that stake. Now, that is cash that Bombardier desperately needs to finish that final testing and get the C-Series into service at long last. And in the latest quarter, we saw just how dire the situation was today, because Bombardier announced that it lost $6.5 billion, and over $4 billion of that was associated with losses with the C-Series and with scrapping the Learjet program. That, in fact, has now been scrapped. It had merely been put on hold for a while there. And the economy minister was peppered with questions. Why give Bombardier $1 billion of taxpayer dollars? So here's his answer.
Today, with the write-off, Bombardier could have abandoned the C-Series program, okay? They could have said, finish. Why are they keeping going on with the program? For one good reason. They consider that it's risky, but it might be very profitable.
So highly risky, but also possibly highly rewarding is what his answer is. And Bombardier CEO also spun this move as positive because it points out it's this close to finally being able to cash in on all those huge investments and try to make up for some of those losses. Have a listen to the CEO.
It's about strengthening our liquidity position so that there's no more concern moving forward, and at the same time bring a partner that will be with us to help us propel the program to commercial success.
The aerospace industry, we're top in the world. So if I don't invest in the business that I think I'm good, where would I invest?
So notice, Carol, it is being wrapped up and sold as a business deal.
Yes, but Bombardier has had other business deals, other aid packages, corporate aid packages before.
And certainly that's the case for a lot of Canadian companies, because part of the government's role is to encourage growth in homegrown businesses, make them giants. I guess in this case it's more controversial because Bombardier has run into so much trouble. Here we're talking about a $1 billion cash infusion. Some analysts think that actually would have to grow to about $2 billion more, so a total of about $3 billion down the road in terms of expected investment. And the value of Bombardier itself is only about $3 billion now on the market. And so this is why this is controversial. I don't think we'd be talking about it nearly as much if Bombardier were a hugely successful, had continued to be, instead of starting to decline about 15 years ago.
All right, Jeannie, thank you.
You're welcome.